Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly Onchain review. This is your host Kai and today is 28th of July 2022. Let's go ahead and look at some important Onchain metrics. So first we'll go back to our chart which we were following in earlier reports and we were looking at the electricity production cost and how the flip of it has given us this rally. First we were looking at the head and shoulders here, then we saw an Adam and Eve bottom. Then we saw that 20,200 is a significant resistance here, which is also the electricity cost of production for Bitcoin. So whenever candles were closing above it, we saw a rally. Then we saw a daily close here and everybody was intimated in the Discord that a move is likely to come, and we saw a move to our TP area here at 23k. After 23k last week we saw a dump back to the GP. And now we are again seeing a move, and now we have also broken out of this downtrend line which has been there since 4 months. So this has broken out. Now it needs to evolve here, and then a flip of this can send us to 28k. Very simple play. Now if you see, this is the 4-year moving average. The price is above it right now. It is at 22k. It can be retested again in the medium term, and if it holds, it'll be good for alts. This is the PUELL multiple. You see how this is going back to its level at 1. This is the distance it has from the moving average, 200-day moving average, the price, and usually this retraces back. So it is a matter of time that the price will be going back to 200-day moving average. Right now we are bouncing off 200-week moving average. Now you see here we haven't spent too much time below 4-year moving average also. Here we saw 2018 bottom was formed above it. Now Corona drop was a quick spike down from 4-year moving average, and then we had a very quick recovery. Right now also, if you see all this area, we from other Onchain metrics also we figured out that it is a good area to accumulate, and we were looking for this move, and if price is developing above it, then we can have other plays. But right now this is a medium term short term play which is going pretty well. So in our last report we were looking at this level, and we were saying that if Bitcoin is trading below some of its critical levels, that was the 200-week moving average general cost basis, that is the realized price, that is between 22,500 to 23k. Cost basis of long-term holders, the SOPR for long-term holders was below 1, it's still below 1, and short-term holder was below 1 that time. It is now at 1. We will look at the charts as we go ahead, but we said that if these conditions are there, that it is a good accumulation zone. And we said that if we see daily closes above 20,200, then our conditions will be met and we can see a rally to 23k. So that has manifested, and now we also saw whales holding Bitcoin was increasing. They were participating more and more, and this was also depicted from this chart, which also gave us an accumulation scenario in this level between 17k to 20k. And these charts we have been following, and the play right now is based on this and few other technical analysis for me. We also have seen that the number of addresses holding more than one coin is still making all-time high every week. We saw the hash ribbons. The hash ribbons are still in light red. It is in a recovery zone, and we are waiting for it to turn white. And it has given us a somewhat of a signal for reversal earlier. We had also seen that the RSI was its monthly low, the lowest it has ever been in the history of Bitcoin. So presently we see the SOPR of the short-term holders, it has recovered back to 1. In the previous week it was at 0.98 and short-term holders was selling at a loss. Today they are selling at a break-even. So there, whenever it is above 1, right now it needs to evolve above 1, so we can see a trend. This has generally happened whenever we have touched this 0.97 line and bounced back from there. So you can see that there is a rally, and then it has to flip this area and start to evolve above it. Here also you see it bounced. When it started evolving above this area, we saw a rally. Next we have is the adjusted SOPR. It's UTXOs of which lie time is more than 1 hour. So the danger zone here is above 1.12 area, and currently it is at 1. So if you see, this is the latest chart. This was last week's chart. It was at 0.98 on 15th June, and now it is at 1. So you see that it has bounced off 0.98, and below this was the historical buy zone 0.93. It never reached there, but it bounced off from the same level as the Corona drop level it reached. So this is a healthy sign. It needs to evolve above 1. This is the long-term holders SOPR. We had seen in our previous report that usually when it goes below 1, it means that the long-term holders are incurring losses, and it can stay in this zone like how it did here in 2018 for 320 days. In Corona drop level, it stayed till 40 days. If we see it right now, we see it bouncing from 0.48 level, and right now it is at 0.82. So long-term holders are still under water at this price also, present price, which is around 23k. It needs to evolve above 0.98 or 1, and that usually has signaled a trend when such an event happens. So you see here at Corona drop level, it went down till 0.5, and then when it started coming up, there was a trend which was established, and even here we see when it came up, then we saw this trend. So it needs to evolve above this area, so we can say that a long-term reversal has happened. For now, we can see certain rallies, and rising of a long-term holders SOPR is a bullish indicator, and what we get from this chart is that it is at a historical bottom zone, so the area is good for accumulation. Next we have is the minor position index, and we see that it has gone up from 0.2 to 0.24, and we also see spikes in the MPI. This signifies that miners did actually started selling here when they were experiencing huge losses. They started selling at 40k, one spike we see, and now we see that spike here at 20k level where it dropped below 20k. So we have seen huge miners, these MPI spikes during the bull run when they were taking profits, and during 2019 also. In 2017 level also we saw it, they were taking profit early on. Here right now it is at 0.24, and it has gone up from 0.2. So some of the sellings we have witnessed. Next we have is the MVRV. So last time we saw this chart, it was at 0.88, it was bouncing from 0.88 and was at 0.92. Right now it has gone above 1, it's 1.05 right now. And historically 0.8 zone has been a area where bottom formation has taken place, and whenever it has come out from there, it has signaled bullish case. So market value to realized value is looking healthy. We had seen, we had warned our members also to buy when we saw blood on the street, when all the cohorts were at a loss, both the long-term, short-term holders were at a loss, and MVRV was below 1 and had reached 0.8 level. So that was the time to accumulate. Next we have is the PUELL multiple. So this is the present state. It is at 0.57. It was at 0.45 and 0.35 level also it had reached, and now it has increased to 0.57. So this also, whenever it has bottomed out and is rising, it indicates a strength in trend. We have seen it here, we have seen it here, and again we are looking at it. It is coming out from this zone. So the PUELL multiple is calculated by dividing the daily issuance value of Bitcoin in USD by the 365-day moving average of daily issuance value. Next we have is the NUPL, this net unrealized profit and loss, and we have been tracking this. Earlier we saw a capitulation event happen when the NUPL dropped till 0.09. Now we see that NUPL is rising and it is outside the capitulation zone. This is the present chart. It is at 0.05. This area was the capitulation zone and it is rising. It is in the area of hope right now. Hope and fear. This is extreme fear and capitulation. So we shall look at this chart again. We saw it in our previous reports last month and we were anticipating it to give a rally. So we are here somewhere right now. So this is what I'm expecting, that we get a rally to a certain zone. TA tells us it to be either 28-29k or 38k. So if we see the Bitcoin chart and compare it with the seasonality, this is what I'm expecting it to go to, 29k. This is an obvious level, but this level here, this is actually the level where maximum volume has traded, and I won't be surprised if Bitcoin goes to 38k. But this is the first area. If the trend starts and we close above 23k area, 22,500 area, we get some closes there in the next few days, I will expect a move till here, and this will be the TP zone, and this will be the unloading. I'll be out of all the positions here, but this area, whole of it, this is the supply zone. This is the NAS 100 chart breaking out of a bull flag, and this was a heavy resistance, and this was marked earlier also, and you can see how it has acted as resistance and now it has retested it. I'm expecting it to go till this zone and then eventually to this zone. So this is the fear and greed index. We have come out, so we saw this in NUPL also. NUPL has left the capitulation zone and extreme fear zone and has entered hope and fear zone. And in fear and greed index also we see that we have left this bottom space. Right now it is fear, and last month it was extreme fear at 10. Right now it is at 32. So you can see that indication of starting of a small trend is there. So thank you guys. This was the report for this week. I will be updating all these metrics on the Discord, and thank you for watching this report till the end.